and welcome back to another video. What do we have today?
Video 3.
Video 3?
Yeah. So we're giving a new member a spotlight, right?
Yeah.
Marco. So,
Marco.
honestly, he's playing my favorite avatar. I think we were talking about it very briefly.
Yeah.
Beforehand. Deathspeaker.
Deathspeaker versus Sorcerer.
Yeah. So Sorcerer we've seen before. The card draw guy.
It's such a I think for a lot of people it's a go-to avatar just for that card draw advantage, but
it lets you do a lot of things without having to put specific cantrip cards in your deck just to get that draw, like because he already has it attached to him. But we'll get to the Deathspeaker in a minute here. So
basically we're having JS's deck now. Since this game, he's made a couple of changes.
Yeah, he changed. We found out there's 2 cards. You'll see is he added the Ruby Core and the Heat Ray, and he took out his Major Explosion and Disintegrate. Yeah. But other than that, it's the same.
Yeah, the core of the deck is pretty much the same. And this is pretty much a similar deck that I'm playing.
Well, it's like Fury Road, right?
Yeah, it's Fury Road. You got your usual suspects, Vile Imp, such a good card. I mean, Morgana,
it just comes
a lot of card advantage is what you want essentially for this deck. You just want to get to your minions really quickly, finish off with a couple of magic spells.
Well, Jihad is super strong, right? Especially in this deck with all the charge guys and finishing, right? You just put that in their especially with their avatars too, because you literally put it anywhere, right?
Yeah, you could just put that anywhere, and with charge creatures, the second it comes in, you could just start swinging and it gets +1.
Yeah, the +1 power is no joke. You're already putting so much pressure with all these cards.
And I like the fact of JS and I were talking about the Harpies. I mean, the fact that you can take or teleport a weaker minion to that location and strike it is so powerful. And I've played this card many times, and it's actually helped me tremendously.
Well, then the airborne helps you even travel in a very efficient manner, right?
So it has a lot of things going for it. Yes, it's 4 casting costs, but I mean, airborne, it could teleport a weaker minion, and even one of your own, because it says you may strike it, so you don't have to. So if you want to teleport one of your weaker minions that, let's say, help you on your board state, it's a great card to kind of get them out of trouble. Yeah. So
I guess that makes even the Mix Ignis and the Ruby Core seem well. That's why I guess maybe why he added the Ruby Core helps you get to the cards like that earlier, right? Yeah. Especially the monstrous line has been so good whenever you use it against me. Can't attack sites, but it just kills so many things, and it makes its way in, right? So eventually I'll get to that avatar and then start striking for 4, and then.
And I think even we were talking about it, me and JS, Warhorse is such a great card.
Which one? Warhorse? Oh yeah. Charge, pick up any ally. You can even move your avatar if that's necessary, right? Later on in the game, kind of.
Yeah. Right? So I mean, and the lands is what you would probably expect. Smokestack, Funeral, Fields. I mean,
that deal damage and kill things.
Imperial Road, as we saw in the last video, the real MVP.
But even if you're not playing against Pathfinder, if you can time this card really well, it can still be as backbreaking, right? Yeah. So it's not bad. It's not bad even if you're not playing against the.
No, the thing with this deck too is the trinket with Jihad. So you could put +1, then your Jihad gives you +1. Then with a charge creature, if you're playing Red Caps, it's something with charge, and you just swing in for all of a sudden 5 out of nowhere, and your opponent's kind of unexpected taking 5 damage. And
the Siege Giant, jeez.
Yeah, I haven't played with this card personally, but I think it's going to be...
Well, I mean, he throws everything into where it wants to be and then just attacks. It's kind of similar concept to Jihad.
Yeah, all right, and I think we'll see Mad Dash. Now we got Marco's deck here.
Let's see what Marco's up to.
Deathspeaker.
Okay, yeah, so this card, we were saying Sorcery is the draw man, but it's interesting because you generate a lot of card advantage through the Deathspeaker as well, because you can replay your any dead minion, so even your opponents. Yeah. From the graveyard for their cost. Unless you're at death's door, then you can play them for free, right? Yeah. And they die instantly, but you still get their Genesis, which is huge because you're playing a lot of valuable creatures. So we can take a look. Yeah. I mean, the princess, of course.
The princess, I mean, you could just seek any... especially get the ring.
Yeah, well, Deathspeaker plays all the rings, right? All the cores in the ring.
I would think so. I mean, especially with the mana, the threshold, you have a lot of air, earth, fire. So you need to get your threshold out quickly as possible. So I think Death Dealer, Genesis, you kill all the other minions.
And then replaying it.
And then the Grandmaster Wizards, draw 3 spells.
Yeah. Okay.
So all those Genesis abilities, it's like.
Well, there's even a site, right? This one, the
Geistwood, yeah. So
dirty if you can play this somewhere close by to your avatar, so you can still protect your avatar, but then you're playing your Genesis guys here, and then they're dying there, and then you're replaying them with the avatar there. So it's like you're just double triggering. You can draw 12, 15 cards off of that Grandmaster Wizard. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, if you have the Geistwood, especially, that's really powerful with the Deathspeaker. And there was a game I was playing against you, and you actually had it out.
What,
the Geistwood. And then you were just triggering, and it was you were able to get a few triggers in. It was just crazy powerful. And for the magic spells in this deck, Common Sense seems to be extremely popular. Seems like the go-to for the
it finds all kinds of, especially with there's a lot of valuable ordinary minions in this deck, right, which you can find so that they can come into play, die, and then you can replay them. So Common Sense has extra value here because you're playing a lot of ordinary minions.
And I think because you got the Apprentice Wizard that you could just draw a spell, search for it, it blocks, and then with the Deathspeaker.
Oh wow! So Miracle Workers is very interesting because Lady Izo is so strong in this deck.
Yeah.
You kind of want your guys to die so you can replay them, but in that the whole reason for that is because you want to reactivate the Genesis ability. So if you can get it one more time through her, that's just
even if you only get
the third trigger on your card.
Yeah, if you get 1 or 2 more Genesis abilities from just her specifically, it's it could really change the game to your advantage, I think.
And if you're playing, he's only got the one water site, but if you're playing against a water deck, you get her on a earth site so they can't submerge her or drown her. So it's you play her very far back, so it's hard for her to die. If you're playing against not water deck, you can try to put her on your water site, or if you're playing more water sites, that's more of a viable option.
You also have
protect her, basically, right?
Yeah, you even have the Valley of Delight, so you could choose your
make it a water one. Yeah,
make it a water one. So let's get into the match.
It's going to be a lot of card advantage, basically. So we'll see what happens.
So once again, we have our tech extraordinaire playing against one of our locals. I think this is going to be a great match.
Yeah. Well, anything. Okay, that we didn't talk about that site either. The one that he's showing right now with I don't remember what it's called, but it has that
Trump something. Yeah, it's a weird.
That circular stone. It doesn't let your graveyard get messed with. Right?
Yeah.
And so, Cam, did you see if JS was playing Pillar of Flames? Yeah, Pillar of Flames. Is that what it's called? No, Funeral Pyre.
Funeral Pyre.
Was he playing?
Yeah.
I guess if you're playing a red.
If you're playing anything red, I think Funeral Pyre is a must-have. Yeah, he's playing 3.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be rough for the Deathspeaker.
Yeah.
So he's very happy that he has that site, basically. What's it called? Let me find it right now.
Funeral Pyre.
Yeah.
Wormhole. Yeah.
Wormalo
Tump.
Wormalo Tump.
I knew it was something. Yeah. It's a very interesting card. Oh, you see.
Wow. Okay. So sadly, sometimes you have to do it, right? Sometimes you get the sites you really want later at the beginning, and
that's happened more than I like to admit, but.
So we've seen this before, right? A prison-ish type of site being played in front of in the middle row.
Yeah.
So creatures with minions. Yeah, with power 3 or more can't enter, or the bridge can't come from above, or the airborne passage, I think it's called, where if there's a minion on top, non-airbornes can't enter also.
Yeah.
So it's a common theme we're seeing where you're playing a. Whoa, you slow down.
Yeah, just or you have to kind of go around it, or just specific creatures, they can only enter the site.
Yeah.
Or they take damage.
Yeah, so
the deserts, you could deal 1 damage to, other minions when it comes into place, stuff like that, so...
Yeah. And we didn't mention it during the deck tech, but he's going for the summoning sphere Nimbus Djinn kill, right?
Yeah, that's true. So you wanted to mention that too.
So he's just going to be doing a lot of card advantage and waiting until he's got enough mana and cards in his hand to just play them both in the same turn. And
I remember when I was first getting into this game, I think Derek had let me a deck with Nimbus Djinn, and it was a similar deck to this one. And like I had like 6, 7 cards in my hand, and I did like 18 damage. It was just like disgusting. I was like, what in God's name? Like the opponent.
I think if someone is going to play Archimago versus me from now on, I'm just going to play Deathspeaker. Like, I'm either going to, not to say that it beats it or anything, but it just to me feels like they're both playing at the same power level of just like disgusting card advantage, and I'm just going to like win because I'm playing such a strong deck and I'm just above everybody else.
Yeah.
I've been told that Deathspeaker has fallen off, but to me it still feels like it's just
I think
gross.
It's more like it's not the flavor of the month. So, okay, so now he's got River of Flame. But then he's got Smokestack on the other side, so has no fire spellcaster ability. Yeah, these quarrelsome, man, this card is so good.
The kobolds?
Yeah, of course.
They strike.
So they just like.
The strike keyword is so powerful, right? Like, I hit you, but you don't touch me, kind of.
Yeah.
But again, right? Honestly, unless this is like beginner mentality when it comes to Deathspeaker, I'm really okay and happy when you kill my minions because I just want to re-trigger them, knowing that I'm going to eventually get my violence. I'm going to eventually find my other removal, other ways to stay alive anyway. So it's like, kill my stuff. I want my graveyard to be a little bit full. Yeah. Also, I'm so happy when I see you play Funeral Pyre
early game especially. So,
but yeah, there's a lot of pressure coming out.
I mean, he's got 3 in the deck, and your Atlas is 30. So
I would say Deathspeaker does not want to see a Sinkhole.
Yeah, Sinkhole's it's a great card. I played in the Geomancer deck, but I think it's good for like decks that really want to focus on land destruction. It's just with what's that other card? Castle Ablaze. Hamlet's Ablaze. Yeah, Hamlet's Ablaze. Just like destroying lands.
Yeah, that's see what I'm saying? Like that thing starts far away. It hits a creature, a minion. Sorry, it kills the minion, and then it's like right there in your face. So it's like, it can't hit sites, but I'm gonna smash that Deathspeaker next turn.
Yeah.
The pressure out of these, Fury Road, so to speak, decks. It's really it's serious, right? Like you really can't delay. You really need to stay in the game with them. Doesn't matter how much card advantage you think you can get for your deck if you're just dying, right?
Yeah, I noticed. Marco was going to play the top beside his stuff, then he decided to move it back because he realized he's like, maybe.
So that's a really strong draw for Marco. Deathspeaker and Archie are so happy to get their rings.
Yeah. So now Marco, because the thump requires 3 threshold for the ability to work, which I think he does have. Yeah. He has 3,
unless he gets Sinkhole, right?
Yeah.
Sinkhole into other Funeral Pyre could be huge. So, interesting. Saying go. See, he didn't. Did he miss replaying a card from the graveyard?
No, I don't think he had enough.
He played the Sorcerer that turn. Okay.
Sorcerer. I mean, draw.
Because then the Sorcerer drew him the ring, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Because if he doesn't get, as long as he doesn't get Sinkhole into Funeral Pyre right now. Next turn, he can go Ring, Vile Imp, and kill the lion, right? Like, you don't block the lion's attack. If he tries to attack the Deathspeaker, you just take your 4. Then next turn, you put the ring, you attack it with your apprentice, and then you replay the imp. That'll be 1 from the apprentice, 2 from the imp, and 1 from the ring. So you kill the lion.
You kill the lion.
Yeah. Okay, well, that card is just going to kill the apprentice, unfortunately. Yeah, Blaze is good. Movement +2.
Yeah, movement +2.
And it can't be intercepted. One thing that we're not paying enough attention to, I think, in our games, everybody, is intercept. I don't think we're thinking about it. There might be moments where we're like doing things and not even realizing we could be intercepting.
Probably. But that's why we hope, like, with more gameplay, more experience.
Yeah. Comments.
Oh, wow. He actually was able to draw.
No, but he has the threshold.
Oh, he can't affect his graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Well, now we're seeing the true power of that card.
Yeah, but see, like, he took back and then replayed it. But again, like, as we're going to see in a few weeks with our game, like, there's a few takebacks that I do, right? And, like, it's okay to take back, I think, in the games we're playing. There's nothing at stake yet. We're not playing in a tournament. We're still trying to remember every little nuance between all the cards. It's not like Magic, right? We've all been playing for 20 years. We can look at a card and know exactly what it does. So we're still getting there, right? So I think it would have been okay if he truly wanted to take back there and maybe use a sinkhole first and then play the Pyre in the place of the sinkhole. Like, it would have been okay.
Exactly. I mean, I've done take backs. I've let people take. I'm like, are you sure you want to play that? Because I have this. Or like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. We're here to have fun, and
that's true.
Yeah.
And
so
I mean,
now,
like, but our goal is to get to a point where we aren't taking back, especially on camera. Like, we don't want the camera to have show like take back, so to speak. But like, again,
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. And,
So now he's got the jihad. So now the lion is +1. So now,
oh boy, okay, but see, one thing we were even talking about this, and I gotta get 100% sure on it. Does that +1 power make it a 5/5, or is it like just for the attacking the +1 power?
No, it has +1. It says allied minion has +1 power.
So now it needs 5.
Yeah. So now Marco needs to really
go
deal with it, because it could be very
a second violent. Or does the Deathspeaker attack for 2? Am I thinking about the wrong card? No, yeah, Templar is one that attacks for 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, poison fuzz. Okay, I mean, it's unfortunate to use it on only one card, but sometimes you just gotta do it, right?
Yeah, you have to do what you have to do, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's 5 casting costs. Only got 1 creature. It might have, maybe that's the only thing you could do on that turn. But I mean, realistically, you have to do it.
So, do you think JS actually needs that sinkhole? And that's why he didn't do the take back, or he just didn't want to take back on camera? Like, I'm surprised, like, we're still not using the sinkhole.
Yeah, I would think.
Like,
I mean, especially with, like, Furies, like, you could kind of get away with 4 for a few turns easily.
Yeah, unless maybe he wants to play like a 3 and a 2 at the same turn and then start sinkholing. But I don't know. I mean, it seemed like there was a few turns where.
Okay. So now he could strike Deathspeaker for 3.
Yeah. Oh, he has the hammer in his hand, the trinket.
Yeah, that Warhorse is so good. It's just, I mean, so he's going in for 3 because of the jihad.
Yeah. And then striking for 3 because of the jihad.
Because of the jihad again. So, and we were just talking about in the comments, it's like, it's just so powerful. How can you not? If you're playing a fire minion base deck, you have to have it. Same thing for Crusade.
But I'm even thinking about, like, if it's worth just putting in my Templar deck. So many of them have the fire threshold. And if they don't, they have the earth. Like, I don't know if it's just worth. Yeah. I was even saying, right, like, it's basically a ruler of Thel deck. I just need to, like, get in at some point in the game.
Yeah. And this will allow you to pretty much go.
Yeah,
so I think
finally we're doing the ring thing. I will admit, like, when I'm playing my Deathspeaker, I do feel like I don't want to rush out my ring or my stone. Like, I want to kind of, the stone is okay, but the ring, I want to, like, really save it for a turn I can do 1 or 2 things.
Okay, so he played the Violent.
Yeah.
So he can deal 1 damage with the ring.
And do we have anything else we can do?
Then he gains 1 from the ring.
That costs 2, right? So he should have 4 more mana.
Yeah. Miracle Workers.
Oh, nice. Oh, no, but nothing died this turn. Okay, he couldn't.
You may return a minion that died this turn from your cemetery to your hand.
It's an interesting card for this deck, honestly. I wonder if
maybe he wanted. Yeah, he might have just played it to block the Warhorse next turn.
But it's also the same. Like, the card in general is the same concept, right, as the Lady Izo. It's kind of just weaker, but you can just keep, instead of you replaying them from your graveyard and then them getting banished, you get an extra trigger out of them because they come into your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good blocker. Jeez, yeah.
Wow.
So now that's 5.
The red caps is 3, with the jihad
That's
4,
4,
and
and
then the trinket +1, yeah, 5.
And yeah, the fact that that trinket goes back to the hand,
Yeah,
so it can't be buried or destroyed.
It's actually
or
really
dispelled
good.
or whatever.
Trinkets. It's kind of like, okay, it costs 1 per turn, but it's like for your opponent to destroy it is like really, it's impossible almost.
Are we cheating?
What?
Where did those? Oh no, yeah, because there was a jihad. I was gonna say, like, how are we getting the red caps through? There's a
Jihad. It's all
jihad. Yeah, of course. Like, yeah, we've been raving on about it, and just had a momentary blank there.
So it's looking pretty good for JS, but Marco's a pretty skilled player, so I think if he draws right, he might be able to get out of it. Maybe another Poison Nova. See, now the Poison Nova would have been like really, really good, but...
And unfortunately, they're on top of a water site, so if he is playing Earthquake, which I don't think he is anyways.
No.
Oh, he is. He's playing through Earthquake.
Yeah.
But he's playing through Poison Nova, so, pack with the Devil into Poison Nova, it's not crazy. Browse, also. Does he have the threshold for all these things? He does not have the air threshold.
Okay, he's playing
But ping gain life is not irrelevant. He just needs to not, once you go to Death's Door, gaining life is no longer doing anything, so...
Maybe he's just trying to get out of that store, so if he, gains 1 or 2... So he may sacrifice another draw spell.
Yeah, Okay, so the thing is that Miracle Workers and Cauldron Crones are interesting cards, and they work nicely as concepts in the deck, but they might be self-fulfilling prophecies in that, see how but they both needed something else in order for their Genesis to do something, as opposed to Apprentice Wizard or Grandmaster, they just Genesis do something.
Yeah.
So cards that need something in order for their abilities to work are generally pretty good, but their conditional nature makes them not necessarily worth playing, let's say, in the highest of tier decks.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just watching this because he's playing Imperial Road. We can't play it next to Smokestack because this is all its abilities.
Is that where you put it first?
Yeah, and then Marco pointed it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still going to give him some extra mana. Maybe it didn't put him where he wanted it to be, but at the same time...
Disintegrate is so cool. Or Shatter, what's it called? Yeah.
Shatter Strike.
Oh, no, it's Disintegrate. He took it out.
Yeah.
Interesting. Damn.
So...
Such a good card, though. So cool. What's it called? Disintegrate?
I'm wondering what
This card's crazy.
The Dragonette's such a...
Well, the call
it shoots one, and it's such a... So you could kill the lady at the end of the turn.
Well, how come he doesn't block with the...
Oh, okay, he's going to use... He's going to block.
I wonder why he doesn't... Even though the lady... Yeah, even though the lady is going to die... Anyways, to the dragon, why not use...
If he blocks with...
Because if he blocks with the Cauldron, at least he can get the Cauldron back in his hand, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
And then you're going to replay it for another ping?
Wonder why he didn't block with the Cauldron.
Well, because the lady was dying anyways, right? To the Call Key?
Yeah, but that's true.
But, I don't know, I mean...
No, but if you blocked with the Cauldron...
Yeah, the lady puts it back in his hand.
And then it would die, it would go back to his hand.
But then he could, I don't know, maybe do...
The lady would still die anyway, but he could still have the Cauldron, I think.
Yeah, because you can replay the Cauldron and get a ping. And then, if you have another minion in your hand, you could, I
wonder if he didn't see it. Maybe it's possible, or maybe there's something we're missing.
Yeah, also, I don't see how many cards are in his hand, so that's also a thing, too.
I wonder,
Okay, he did have the Earthquake, but yeah, no, that stays, yeah, good, because it's a water site. That was a quick catch by Marco. But that's basically all his mana, right? So.
Yeah.
Should gain him a life, though. Yeah, good. Got that, too. Excellent.
Yeah, Earthquake, I mean, we see. I love this card, but when you're playing against water sites,
Oh yeah,
it's just like it feels like a bad draw almost. Sometimes you're like,
it's a horrible draw.
yeah. Especially when I'm playing against Carl, and I'm like, I know he tends to play a lot of water in his decks, and I'm like, this feels bad. Looks like he drew a major explosion.
Does he have another disintegrate in his hand? Didn't he use this? Oh no, he ended up not using the disintegrate. Okay.
So he's gonna block. Okay.
Yeah. See, like if we ended up in the same situation as we could have been in the last turn, but with the cauldron. Oh, because he wanted to earthquake, maybe. So maybe that's why he didn't want it in his hand. He wanted it to block this turn, knowing he was going to earthquake last turn, and he couldn't play both. So he just.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, that's really strong. That's really strong.
Wow. Okay. So
that's like if JS doesn't keep up his pressure, that's comeback territory.
I think JS has no choice but to draw 2 cards per turn now. Well, he doesn't really need any more sites, I don't think. But he still needs.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. He has like the disintegrate. He can just disintegrate the blocker and Vile Imp and then Red Cat and then Trinket for Death's Door actually. Yeah. Or do that, but I don't know.
I wonder why he did 2 damage to the wizard.
Yeah, like disintegrate. Is it still Death's Door? 3, 4, 5 now. That's only putting him to 1.
Because had he done.
Oh, wow. Draw first, kids. Always draw before you. If you're gonna draw anyways, always draw first. More information. Make sure you have your information before you make your step. Yeah. That was just a rough turn. He could have disintegrated and then Vile Limped. He could have drawn first and won anyways.
You could put him at Death's Door, I think.
Because if not, like that's the thing. Not putting him at Death's Door and leaving him with all those cards in his hand plus the ring is actually gigantic because he might actually come back. Like that's gigantic, right? No, that's massive.
Yeah, that changes quite a bit. Okay, playing a Hamlet.
Okay, another interesting card, but really, really aggressive site decisions in that list with the 4-color deck.
Simorian.
What's this, a 3-color deck?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 3-color.
Yeah, 3.
Well, that's a 3-color deck for sure. Still.
Okay, so he's got Simorian. He's got a couple of soldier tokens, so he could block this turn. So I think JS probably has to come in, attack, cast some kind of spell, some magic spell to deal damage, put him on Death's Door.
And I feel like we're not playing enough cards from our graveyard. But maybe he doesn't have the... Yeah, maybe it's just because he's been forced to play expensive cards every turn just to stay alive. He's not able to play stuff from his graveyard.
Yeah.
See here, like, I think I would... Well, I guess he wants the blockers, right? You're not just better off playing something from the graveyard rather than using a card that won't have an effect? Because... You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
But just that the card he plays from the graveyard costs more and will go away.
Yeah, it's his ordinary minion, so it'll cost 1 less. It's playing a Summoning Sphere. Okay, deal damage with the ring.
Alright.
So he dealt with the Vile Imp. So probably that's why he casted it, because he wants to cast 2 spells this turn.
Yeah.
Gaining him some life, dealing with the Vile Imp.
I guess also it's just an extra blocker, right? The Apprentice would have died right away and then wouldn't be there to block.
Yeah.
Whereas this Miracle Worker is here. So I think he's basically just been forced to make decisions that have kept him alive instead of making value plays,
Yeah. So like if he feels like there's no more threats, I think that's where we're going to see a lot more graveyard activity from Marco.
Yeah. Which is also nice, right? Because then it could also explain... When I say backwards, I mean like going back. It could explain the Cauldron not blocking that turn, right? Because the Earthquake the following turn was I gotta stay alive decision, whereas blocking with the Cauldron is a value decision. So it's really good. Really good.
Oh, okay. Major Explosion. Definitely a good card.
Does that also put you to Death's Door? up to 2 steps away.
Yeah. So now he's at that store.
It dealt
So
5
now,
damage. Jeez. Okay, so that's why JS, I guess, and that also going back explains why JS never didn't use that sinkhole. He wanted to build the 7 mana for
yeah,
the major explosion.
it's true. He had it in his hand for quite some time, probably waiting until the right time to cast it.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's like even as Marco, I think I would want to move my avatar.
yeah, you gotta move your avatar now. Maybe move him to the
Because now he can't gain life. You know, so especially that Jihad being there, that's really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because if JS has a creature with charge, if he has a magic spell, it's like Marco needs to do something quickly. He needs to get rid of the Jihad. He needs to move to at least buy him some time. Pact with the Devil, okay.
Just draw 3 for free, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Lose half your life.
Lose half your life, so 0 divided by 0.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Major malfunction. Everything explodes.
Funny enough, I was in between rounds. Derek had done the exact same thing. He was at that store and he played Pact with the Devil. He's like, all right, draw 3 cards. Nice. But he ended up losing, so I was like,
he made the wrong pact with the wrong devil.
yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, nice. So Marco makes that move we're talking about. Nice.
Yeah, because with the Jihad and being aligned with the Sorcerer,
yeah, this forces
against a fire deck, it's just...
And it forces the Sorcerer to have to now play a site, then move there. So, like, we can have this dance for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, sacrifice this to draw a card. Yeah, it really is unfortunate that you can't keep gaining life anymore. It's unfortunate indeed.
So now he played Pact with the Devil. He's got 3 mana left, minus the cold. Yeah, so he had no more mana at that time.
We're kind of seeing that the Deathspeaker is quite the mana hungry deck, right? Because you need to have a lot of mana to be able to play a lot of spells so that you can get that value off of the ring, or just be able to make survival and value plays at the same time, kind of, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very mana hungry deck.
Okay, so there you go. You see what I mean? Like charge creature, playing a mix,
then disintegrate the cauldron, or that.
Shadow Strike, yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, because he Shadow Strikes the creature.
Yeah, so I think we can say that Jihad is an extremely powerful...
Yeah, Jihad definitely
aura.
One of the MVPs of this game for sure.
Yeah.
Marco unfortunately was playing more of a defensive game, and caused him to maybe play some cards or do some things he would have normally done, because he was playing more defensive.
So that's actually...
So
and also kind of shed a huge light on the difference between these two decks' ways of card advantage, right? Like, the Sorcerer is able to just straight raw draw cards.
Yeah.
Whereas the Deathspeaker's card advantage comes from making value plays.
Yeah.
But if you're in this position where you can't make any of those, then you don't get any card advantage, and you're actually just an avatar with only one ability that says play or draw a site, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
the Sorcerer continuing to be the MVP, I guess, right? So far, I mean, video 3, he's a 2-0.
Yeah,
2-0 for 3 games.
Yeah,
we haven't seen him in the third match. Third match was other.
He's probably in the top 3 avatars for power ability. Between Mango. So, and we'll see. Hopefully, other avatars in future games, future videos.
Or I think our next one is a little bit of a redemption match, perhaps. Right? We don't know.
Yeah, I actually
have no idea what the outcome is, but we're going to probably see. I think it's Pathfinder.
I think it's Pathfinder, but I don't know. Maybe you should subscribe.
Find out. Yeah. Well, I don't remember what he's playing against, but anyways, yeah. So anyway, hopefully we can see the Deathspeaker again in another matchup, and see if it truly does have that power of card advantage, or if I'm just talking a bunch of smack.
Yep.
And
we'll see you in the next one.
Yep, sounds good.